I have a really good book review for you now. This is amazing. I already posted about it the other day. This is A Woman's Voice is a Revolution. It is written by 50 women over the age of 50. Sage advice from over 3,500 years of lived experiences, and curated and edited by Lynette Allen. This is lots of short stories of beautiful women with a message to give you. Now, what I did was I held it by my heart and I said, what do I need to know right now? Opened it up and I got this perfect short story that was brilliant for me. And it was by a single mom, and I'm a single mom. And her story made my single mom life seem so easy in comparison. And it was just what I needed to hear. And no matter how hard our lives are, it can actually be a lot worse. And what was really nice and profound for me by reading her story is that her children are now grown up and she could just see things much clearly and in perspective. Whereas when you're there at the time with younger children and financial stress and everything falling apart, it is horrendous. I mean, I personally find financial stress and lack of financial security one of the worst places to be. I don't like it at all. I really don't like it. It is my biggest weakness to overcome, and I normally have backup money. So I understand how hard it can be, especially with the economic crisis, but also as a single mom. I'm going to read you a passage from this now. And what I did this time was I held it against my heart and I said, what one should I read for this video, for this book review? Honestly, this is the book of the year. This is one that you must buy for every woman you know. It is brilliant. So the passage I'm going to read is what I opened, and it was perfect. And it is from a lady called Fariday. Oh, I would have to pick one. I can't pronounce it. My pronunciation is terrible. Fariday Diel or Diel. I'm so sorry. I'm not really sure how to pronounce your name. Fariday Diel is what I'm going to go with. Beautiful story. And I think this one really speaks to me because I grew up really not liking my mum and sisters. They were very cruel women. And so I grew up not trusting women to the point that I even went to work in IT. So I worked in a male dominant environment because I didn't like women very much. I was a tomboy. All my friends were male. I made very few friends until my 30s, I think. And I just didn't really connect or want to know women. And I was an alpha female, you know, I was just all man. And I often joked that I was more man than most of the men I knew. And I really loved my choice. And then in my 30s, I started to change. It became more rapid when I got pregnant, became a mother. And now my life is totally different. Now I have loads of female friends and I am opening up to so many deep and wonderful friends, because the other thing I also found with women, even working in tech, was that they could be really jealous or challenging. Some of the worst managers, I haven't actually had many worst managers, but one of the worst managers I ever had was a woman, as she just did not have my back at all. And I found that even more surprising, that there's so few women in IT, that you would expect women to have each other's back. The world is changing. Women are coming together. There are more and more retreats. There are more and more women who are joining each other. And I just keep saying one or two things, and I keep getting more women come and connect to me. And not just women, but I'm talking of women of depth, women of value, women who are not mean or unkind, but women who truly value their sisters in this world. So I'm meeting high quality women who are kind, who are loving, who are deep, and it is beautiful. So more and more women are coming into my life. So now that you've heard my history of how as a young girl I grew up not liking women and preferring to have male friends, you're going to love and understand why I've picked this passage, okay? And I know, especially at this time, a lot of people I speak to are feeling very alone and isolated, especially with the pandemic and lockdown. So we've lost people we care about, either because we've changed, our beliefs have changed, our relationships have broken down, we've moved. And what's amazing is more and more women are coming together in a supportive manner, and it's beautiful. So let me read this out to you. The passage by this beautiful lady, and in the book it's page 117 if you want to read the whole story. And the summary is, you are a shining light. So the passage that opened for me to tell you about is, the time of the lone wolf is over. Perfect, because I love wolves. You know I'm a big wolf person. Life is but a circle, an eternal dance of atoms, a vibration of infinite frequencies, and I am a pigment of the colour palette. I am a hair blowing in the breeze and a sigh of light and shadow. We are all stones in the constantly changing mosaic composition of the inexplicable, and we all need each other. Looking back, it seems that I've had to stand up for myself alone. I have stood my ground, and now I feel the need to collaborate with like-minded women. We mature women often share the personal experiences and insights of our individual pasts, but more than that, we are called upon to face the challenges of the present together, with the authenticity and knowledge we've each gained. We inspire, provoke, support, embrace, and empower each other. In the constant process of change and growth, we share our sincerity, face impermanence with dignity and respect, and we are an example for the next generation. I believe we're experiencing a time of massive external transformation. Existing rules are being questioned and new paradigms are being pushed. Mastering these shifts on a personal as well as a social level requires a willingness to connect to each other, to enter into co-cooperations, to cultivate exchanges and connectedness. The time of the lone wolf is over. This wonderful joint book project is therefore for me a model and synonym of my personal inner readiness to peel myself out of the comfort of the familiar and to dive into the flow of the unknown. It's also an invitation to trust the support and important exchange of my female travel companions. We are many, dear sister. We are one. That's just beautiful, isn't it? Now, all the proceeds from this book are being sent to Bali Street Mums, the charity in Bali in Indonesia. You can hear more about it from this book and from their website and information. It's all on here. So it's www.awomansvoiceisarevolution.com. Have a look. Please, I urge you, buy this book for every woman you know. If you're a man, buy it for your mum, wife and sister, and older daughter. If you're a woman, buy it for your friends, for your mums, for your older daughters, your sisters, your cousins. Support the charity. Support these amazing women. It is just a beautiful, really nice book. Now, the thing is, we women have been turned against each other for centuries. So we used to get burnt as witches. So then if you had witch hunters come to your village, you would very quickly grass somebody else up just so that you didn't become that person. It was a dog-eat-dog world for women, and we kind of grew in certain societies to turn on each other, but not all societies. So in the Eastern world, where you had the red tent mentality and women would support each other and come together at certain times and things like that, even today, you know, every friend I know who's from the East, they look after each other way better than we Western women do. And it is so much kinder and nicer. And I don't mean any offence to my Western friends, but they're much deeper and nicer friends most of the time. But Western women are becoming more empowered, are becoming kinder, are supporting each other better, more so than they ever did 40 years ago. So my experience over the last 40 odd years as a woman has been that women put each other down, challenge each other and aren't very nice to one another. That's changing. Women are coming together, and you will see that from this. This is a very inspirational book, and the world is changing. We are coming together. So this is my book review for today, for this week. It's really lovely, and please put it on your list to buy for everyone for Christmas, to inspire the women who've done this, and also to support a beautiful charity of other women in another country who need our help and support. It's truly beautiful. So yeah, book recommendation of the week, absolutely marvellous book. And to all the women who contributed to this book, wow, Well done. Just wow.